Hey guys, if you talk about the title, I'm actually doing a podcast review of the Last of Us HBO series that just came out not too long ago at the time of recording this. Now, this is my second time recording this, so hopefully nothing happens, but before we start off, I just want to say I do have a love and hate relationship with this series. And yeah, I guess people will understand it because the first game, I really love it. I think that game was a fucking masterpiece. Like a 10 out of 10. So definitely go out, play it, experience the story. With the second game, like, oh my god. I like the gameplay, but the story was shit. It was shit. Like, what happened with Joe? I'm kind of not mad about it because to advance the story of the whole series, yeah, I wouldn't mind it, but the way they did it, it's just like, oh, dude, man, what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? Gameplay is good, story, shit. And now they remade the first game, and at that, I'm just like, do we really need a remake of the first game? Like, come on, we got the remaster of the last system, and that one, it looks good. There's no reason to remake the first game, not yet. So right there, you can tell like I have a love-hate relationship with this series. So I was kind of excited about the series, but also scared because the casting is really good. Pedro Pascal, really good choice of Joe. Really good choice. I have hope for him, but in my mind, I'm thinking, please don't let the script be shit, because he's a good actor. I would pick him for Joe, but if the script is not good, then man. But you don't have to worry about it because this episode is so fucking good. This is definitely. Studios need to take notes on this. This is how you do an adaptation of a video game into a series. Just by that first episode, it's just like, man, this is fucking good. Like Halo, need to take notes on this because that's the reason why I was kind of afraid of The Last of Us. With Halo, the script was so fucking bad. It was so boring. I was kind of afraid, like, please don't let this be boring. And it's not. This HBO did a perfect job for this first episode. Like, the atmosphere, like, for the first 30 minutes, 40 minutes, where you talk about, like, how the first 20 minutes of the game, where Sarah and all that. And it shows, like, more depth into Sarah, her relationship with her father, like what she will do for her father. Like we all know Joe's a single parent. You see his relationship with Tommy even more, which we don't see that in the game, which I'm very happy about that. And yeah, in this game, I don't know about the video game, what year it takes place in at the very beginning, but in the series it takes place in 2003. Which you do see with the poster with the old school cell phone, the IKEA cell phone, whatever the fuck it is, that like a fucking brick. You see that in it? That's pretty cool. But while I was watching this, I felt like I was watching like the Dawn of the Dead remake. Not a bad thing. It just what I felt like I was watching. And it's just like, man, this is good. Especially with one scene, I won't spoil it. Because, my God, the camera work for it, the directing for it, it was just like, I was like, oh, what the fuck? I like it. I won't spoil it, but you will know once you watch the series. This is something I will not spoil for people. Because, man, that scene was really good. We'll say I will spoil this episode because this is me like being a fan of the first game and trying to compare it to the HBO series. So I will say some spoilers for it. So, he was saying in the title, like, this is gonna be a spoiler review of the series. So, heads up for that. Now, like I said earlier, like before the whole world went to shit, do you see everything with Sarah going to school, trying to make her father happy, getting his gift and all that? We saw more depth into that. We see like Joel's neighbors, which we haven't hardly see. We get like more scenes with Sarah, and it was really well done with that. It did maybe tear up when we get to her death. It's really like if I know what's going on and you got me to tear up again, especially in the TV series of a video game, well done, very well done. What I like the most is man, like that soldier that was shot, Joe and Sarah. They made him like a fucking human being. Like in the game, like you could tell a little bit by hesitation, but in this show, you see more of that, because when after he shot him, he was telling him, I'm so sorry, like making him more of a human being. And that right there was something like I really like that they did. So props for that one. Definitely will sit. Asking guys, hold on for a second. I gotta mute this so you have to hear it. Okay, guys. But yeah, with that, I was just like, man, that scene was really good. Wasn't my favorite, but it was really good. And after that, we get into the 20-year time skip. And this is where you definitely see differences from the game. And yeah, I'm going to get into it now. In the game, we know Joe is a smuggler. But in this series, we see him doing some drug deals. Dealing with the, I forgot the fucking name. The main military people, whatever. I just forgot the fucking name. Oh, man. You see him dealing drugs to them. And that's very interesting to see that. And I know some people hate when they change stuff on the video game. But that detail right there, I really didn't mind that, because it shows like what Joe had to do to get through life and with all this shit. And before we get back to Joe, there was a scene in this in the series, like, man, it was fucking brutal. I wasn't expecting it, and it did make me go, what the fuck? I will say, but it had to involve a kid. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, now back to Joe. We see Joe doing his drug smuggling, and in this show, you see Joe like caring more about Tommy. Like in the game, we really didn't see that. Like we know, like in the game, in this series, him and Tommy did have a fallout, and they haven't spoke to each other. But in this series, Joe is really caring about Tommy. Like that's what's his main thing. Sorry guys, hold on. Okay, so sorry about that. We just have a technical difficulty here. But and yeah, in this series, you see like he cared more about Tommy. In the game, we don't see that. I really don't mind that at all, because that's in this series. This is his motivation to leave the city, is to find Tommy. And that right there, I like, because it shows like, yes, we're brothers, and we did have a falling out, but I still care about you, and I want to make sure you're safe. That is something I really like about this one. It shows like Joe really does care about the people he loves, even though like he's doing smuggling and doing the drug deals and all that. And in the series, it's still the same. Like Tommy did work for the Firefly. You see more of the Firefly causing havoc in the city. Like we did see that in the game, but was it like a lot? And man, now we get into Ellie. I don't know the actress that played Ellie, but she did a phenomenal job because the attitude, the fucking everything. It was fucking Ellie, and I just like it. But there was one part that kind of threw me for a loop. It really did. The first time I seen Ellie, the Firefly did held her hostage. It's kind of like as he used the name Veronica, which that threw me for a loop because when I first saw that, I was thinking like, oh god, don't tell me to change her name. Why the fuck did they change her name? But they didn't. She just used that name to keep her safe or something like that. It doesn't go much into detail with that. But when I saw that, I was like thinking to myself, oh god damn it. They changed her name. Why the fuck didn't change her name? But they didn't. That right there threw me for a loop, but also what threw me for a loop is the Firefly were keeping her like hostage or something. They had her chained up into a room. And I was just like, I never would have expected that, to be honest. Like in the game, we don't see like what happened before Joe meet Ellie. We don't see that much detail to it, and that right there was like very interesting. And again, just threw me in for a fucking loop. I was like, what the fuck? So we got that. Yeah, Tess, the actress that played Tess, she did really good. We didn't see much of Robert in the series. By the time Joe get to Robert, he's already fucking dead. Which I was kind of disappointed in because that was my favorite part of the game. Trying to get back at Robert. I like that. I kind of wish we saw that, but no, we didn't. But again, the atmosphere in the city, it was really good. I love what they did. It just, if you hear like a beeping sound, sorry, that's my external hard drive. It's fucking old. I didn't need to upgrade it, but anyway, so try to ignore that. But anyway, everything else, like the atmosphere of the city, is really it's spot on with the game. Like they did skip a beat with it, and Neil Druckmann, even though I don't like what he did with the second game, he did good with this first episode. He did really good. He knew what the first episode need to have, and he did good with it. He did good. I don't know if he was part of the casting. If he did, bravo, man. Because again, Pedro Pascal, perfect. He is perfect. And man, we're getting into one of my favorite scenes. One of my favorite scenes in this whole episode. And that scene is after like Joe, Tess, and Ellie, they escaped the city. They got stopped and they're testing them to see if they're affected. And when the soldier find out, like, oh shit, Ellie is affected, and he was about to shoot her, Joe get a flashback to what happened to Sarah, and that caused him to go fucking crazy. He just beat the guy to death. That right there was really good. I really fucking love it. It just like shows like he's still, that shit what happened with Sarah traumatized him. And we don't see that in the game. We don't. And in this series, it was just beautiful because something like that would definitely traumatize someone. And the way they did it just, man, real good. Pedro, he just fucking killed in that scene. It was just like, oh my god, what the fuck? And that's where the episode ends. Like, after they find out Ellie is affected, they was like, oh shit, we gotta run. And that's where I ended. And that's a perfect time to end the episode. And man, I could go on and with this series, with this first episode, and it's just really fucking good. The music is good. Like, it's directly from the games. Which, man, I have to applaud for that one because, shit, we hardly see anything from that. Everything else is just, man. HBO killed it with this episode. I hope they get feature. I don't know how many episodes it's going to be. I need to look that up. But I'm definitely going to review the whole series, like episode by episode. Each time they get released, I will review it. And the next time I review it, they're going to definitely show gameplay of the game. Because right now, it's just going to have like a picture of the series or all that crap. But right now, it just really, they killed it with this first episode. Like, IGN gave it a 9 out of 10, and I'm going to say this, I definitely agree with them on that one. Because again, the atmosphere was really good. The acting was really good. The fact that I got teary eyes when we saw Sarah death again was something I knew was going to happen. But the fact that I did cry like at that part. Perfect. These little changes that they did, especially with Joe, like him and his brother, I really like it because again, the show Joe like doing whatever he can to make sure Tommy is safe. Even we don't have a falling out, he's like, I still love you. I just want to make sure you're safe. That right there is something I really like, and I don't know if they did that with the remake. I haven't played it, nor I don't want to, because again, why would I spend $70 for a remake of a game I could play in the remaster? Like, why would I do that? But definitely, I would definitely give this a 9 out of 10. It's really fucking good, and I hope HBO will keep this up and make sure nothing will fuck this up. Because after what happened to Halo, I'm just hoping like this will be like a sign of, yes, we can make a good fucking video games live action series. Like, I'm not counting, like I said, I'm not counting Castlevania because that's an animated series. And again, that's really fucking good, but live action series, this is the way to do it. So I'll definitely give this a 9 out of 10. And yeah, that is my spoiler review of The Last of Us. So what do you think, guys? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Let me know in the comments down below. We could discuss it. And yeah, on the next time, guys, we definitely want to talk about episode 2 to see how well that is. Making sure like didn't change anything else, like anything major, which I kind of hope they don't. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. You have a great day. Take care. And I'll see you next time.